prove them wrong. Prove the people wrong who didn't believe in you. The people who thought you wouldn't win. The people who thought you weren't good enough.
I love, the story of being an underdog. Just think about his year this year. He's won everything. And still, when people predict who's going to win a state title, it wasn't him.
Proving wrong came from, ever since I was little, just starting. It started probably when I was in Little League football, just the littlest guy. They put me out at nose guard and just no one thought I could do it.
Football, baseball, I remember it was daddy ball, he wanted to pitch. And okay, you just got to go out there and prove yourself. Like that's always been what it was. Hey, go prove yourself. You're never going to get anything handed to you.
I would run under their legs, run to the side of them, and fake one way, go the other. And I remember one time the quarterback handed me the ball off one time, and I was on defense.
So hey, you're just this little guy. Who cares? And that has always been our motto.
People never really thought I was the best. I never had the best technique, best skill, and it was just go out there and prove them wrong. And that's what my family motto's been, so we all got it tattooed on us.
So let's start off all the way back to freshman year. So the state tournament. Morning of the state finals, I'm warming up, and I tore all the ligaments in my ankle. Snapped. Recovered for that, took the off season off, no Fargo, no freestyle, and then sophomore year. We're up, second period, and my other ankle, all the ligaments snapped, torn. I knew right away. That year, everyone told me I wouldn't make it back. You couldn't do that. And I kind of got a little down on myself. I started to gain a little bit of weight, got out of all my good habits. On to my junior year, my ACL. So I'm in my training cycle, getting ready for world team trials. I tried to go for a shot. ACL snapped. I didn't know right away, but I tried to get up and it gave right out. I fell down. So then I knew, and I had to go tell my mom. It was one of the hardest conversations I had because I just kept getting injured over and over. And I didn't know what to do. I was like, am I done? Is this my wrestling career? Am I gonna get injured? Can I ever be healthy?
Rylan has always been the type you tell him no and he's gonna figure it out. So with each injury, I knew that he would figure it out. Yeah, were we sad that he didn't, he went through another one or didn't get to do this or this? Yes, of course, but I knew, he's determined. He will get it done any way possible.
Every single day I was doing the right things. Waking up in the morning, doing all my recovery, keeping my diet in check, not going out with my friends late. And I eventually came back from that and became a state champion and national champion.
Yeah, my mornings in the summer I usually spend at Davis's house. He takes his time spending back into me, and those are some of the hardest workouts I've ever done in my entire life. They push me to limits that no one else can make me go to.
You stay in the red at all time in a match. That guy's not going to keep that pace. Now you have the opportunity to recover, staying active, working your stance of motion, and maybe that shot's there because he's gassed. Way to stay on the attack.
Every day I was going into that weight room, and I had a goal to beat someone. I had a goal to become the #1 kid in the country. So I put that guy's name up on the board, and I was chasing that. Every single day I'd go on that morning lift or my morning workout, morning sauna, whatever it was, and I would chase to become the #1 guy in the country.
It's hard to stay disciplined when you're tired. Stay disciplined when you're tired. I promise you it'll make a difference. Stay disciplined when you're tired. attacking. Run attacking. Full speed. It's 15. Get him up.
Oh yeah, could I?
What was important was you had, it seemed like the worst thing ever, and you were in the red 3 minutes. That was it. 3 minutes. And that's all I care about is high heart rate. I can burst into the red super hard if I need to, but I can recover super fast. So you were in the red, but I was able to pull, you were able to pull yourself down super quick through activity, which is more important than anything else. Anybody can sit down and rest and be like, okay, my heart rate's down, time to go. That stands in motion was the one that killed you. This series here is the one that smoked you out. That's gonna burst you a little bit more because you're just shoving oxygen into your legs. The other stuff was more output, so you got it. Good job.
Feeling tired. That shit was tough.
Yeah, we went out to Arizona and we spent some time training. It was really good. We got to work on some freestyle technique and sharpen some things going into the season. And I think that really helped my mental also. Just seeing the coaches, seeing the environment, and getting the aspect of college wrestling and knowing going back into the high school season, I can beat anyone.
Not overlooking, I don't think I've accomplished what I wanted to yet. There's still a lot of things. I'm only a one-time state champion, and my goal was to be a four-time. Whether that was because injuries or whatever. My goal is to win Ironman and Beast and Brecksville. You know, Marcus Blaze won the OW, and I thought I wanted to win it. So that's my goal. I still have a lot of things I haven't accomplished, and that's how I'm not overlooking this season, because I know it's great competition, and I still got to get better every day.
Yeah, and I met Sean O'Malley. I got to roll around at Tim Welch's place, Red Hawk Academy, and that's a dream come true. I watched their podcast since 2020, COVID. I think that's when I really started changing myself. I started doing the red light. I started changing my diet, cold tub. That's when I started waking up early and doing the extra things. And seeing Sean and Tim and them taking time to talk with me and show appreciation, it meant the world, and it was a dream come true.
So during practice today, we were working on mostly just re-attacks, just feeling good. It's a Saturday practice, not going too hard. We had good sessions throughout the week, so today did a morning lift and then got a little rolling.
North Coast Classic. I had an opponent that I've faced ever since I was little, and I never beat him.
Baby, Christian Dior on my shoes, they cost a band. I probably won't wear again. Lil' Milton just came on the news. I'm thinking, damn, he back in trouble again. Give me a meal 'cause I can. I know who I am, and I get thanks to the man. Tiger just jumped out of can. That's my little man. Right back in action again. That young nigga shit, we still on. My dog going through it, I feel for. She told me she love me, I feel for. I got real niggas sitting in jail for. Got a pack, I'ma put it in the mail for. On a hunt for the money, I smell for. And big dog on this
And I think I was just going into the tournament wanting to show everyone and show myself how much I've grown and how much I changed.
Life ain't sweet, ain't no layup. Drip for sale, they gotta pay us. I stay down and I came up. Stayed the same and they changed up. I know they was gon' change up. Money never gon' change us. I just be in my lane stuff. I put the Bentley inside the garage. I don't know how much hate I could dodge. I can get you knocked off with a knot. 4 pockets full, everyone got a knot. I said this shit running hard. Knew you weren't real, you weren't there from the start. Anything get in my way came from God. Walking on stage and I get an applause. Then you're gonna done growed up. Bent the coupe, they know it's us. My bro took a loss and I picked him up. We stay together, they ain't rich as us. I wanna say that she ain't lit enough. Every time I talk, I start to get the yellow bus. Even no secret, I'm living blessed.
And I think that's exactly what I did. I dominated and I got the fall in the finals. The Ironman tournament, it's one of the hardest tournaments in the country, and I've always wanted to win this. I think that I set myself out at a goal when I become a freshman in high school, and that was to win all the tournaments that were possible. Just the work I put in before going into that tournament is honestly unbelievable. Just waking up every single day when you don't want to, staying up late, changing your diet, your friends asking you to hang out and you say no. Wrestling in that tournament was one of the funnest times ever. I think that tournament, I just was able to let it fly, and I was feeling good. My semifinals match, I got a tech fall, and I majored the kid in the finals. The number two wrestler in the country in the finals. That's wild. I think I was the only kid who did that. So the Ironman tournament was one to remember. Beast of the East. I actually wrestled there my freshman year. I took 4th. And then my sophomore year, I wasn't even supposed to wrestle at that tournament. Going into it, being the number 1 seed was nothing new. I knew I was number 1. And I had the same guy, Justin Farnsworth, the same guy I had in the Ironman final. So I wanted to go out there and make a statement and show that I was really number 1, and it wasn't a fluke that I won.
Kush roll, glass full, I prefer the better things. Niggas with no money act like money isn't everything. I'm having a good time, they just tryna ruin it. Shout out to the fact that I'm the youngest nigga doing it. Cap on, brim bent, then sell every time. She ain't tryna pop that shit for pimp, okay, well never mind. I tried to told you Drizzy still ain't nothing nice. Bracelet saying you should quit, cards saying fuck your life. Okay, now we outta here, toodles to you bitches. And if you dolled up, I got the voodoo for you bitches. Yeah, I'm busy getting rich, I don't want trouble. I made enough for 2 niggas, boy, stunt double. Famous like a drug that I've taken too much of, but I never ever trip, just peace, happiness, and love. I got money in these jeans, so they fit me kinda snug. Plus the game is in my pocket, nigga, this is what I do. I'm about whatever, man, fuck what they be talking about. Their opinion doesn't count, we the only thing that matters. Oh, so we do it how we do it. All up in your face, man, I hate to put you through it. I be up all night, whole crew's in here, cause I don't really know who I'ma lose this year. Oh, man, I love my team, man, I love my team. I would die for the niggas.
Drizzy say kidder, I'm a kidder. I got that kind of money, make a broke bitch bitter. I got that kind of, wait, fixate. Which bitch you know made $1 million off a mixtape? That was just a keepsake. Bought the president, the Louis presidential briefcase. Never been a cheapskate. We got the Hawks, I ain't talking about the peach state. Man, for Pete's sake, scratch that, sweepstakes. Fuck, I look like ho. I look like yes, and you look like no. I'm a bad bitch. I ain't never been a mixed breed. On a diet, but I'm doing donuts in a 6-speed. M6 in front of M2. I see a lot of rap bitches on the menu, but I collect 100 thou at the venue and pop bottles with my team. Young Money till the death
I'm
of
about
me.
And getting a pin in the finals was the defining factor. I think I probably should have got the OW, But one of my main guys, Bill Bassett, won it, so all respect to him.
Rylan Seacrist.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people know behind the scenes of what I was doing every day, and the weight cut wasn't a big problem at all. I managed it really well. I was always eating and drinking the right things. But I think about midway through the season, I hurt my hand and I started to get a little unfocused, and I strayed away from the path a little bit. I started not being as dedicated, and the Brexville finals, I happened to lose in the finals in front of my hometown.
Get into it. 25 seconds. Go back.
That one stung a little, and I think it took a real man to come back and handle it right. Focus on what's next, and not why did I lose? What am I doing wrong? Focus on, okay, the next thing is the state tournament. What am I going to do to become a state champion? And am I going to get back on the path? I had to get on a plan and start following a plan. That's how you have to do something. If you have a goal, you got to set yourself out on a plan, and that's what I did.
District, Gold District.
Senior night, Beauty and the Beast. I was back for the last time in front of my home crowd, and I knew I needed to win and show everyone that I'm not a loser. I'm number one in the country, and even when you're not feeling right, you got to go out and wrestle. I don't think most people knew. I didn't want to wrestle there, and the day of, I decided I got to. So I was 6 pounds over, and I had to get that off. So I came in and I put my head down and I got to work. Yeah, the match, I got tired in it. It was unexpected. I think cutting that much weight right before wrestling it isn't good, and you're not going to compete well at all. And I didn't. I think I felt horrible, but I still went out there and I got the job done. I needed to do it for my team and put on for the show. And as much as I don't really think that means something to me, I know it means a lot to my parents, and them getting to see me win and enjoy it with my family in front of everyone. It was a really cool moment. Yeah, I was stuck with a choice. Stay down at 113 or don't wrestle. And I had to stick with this thought a while in my head, and I didn't know what I wanted. So I think it took me diving down deep in my head and figuring out what I do really want and what my goals are. And I don't think what I want to be known for is being a quitter and not showing up last minute. So I decided to cut down to 113 still, even though I was getting heavier and growing, and I think it was the best thing. Yeah, and I think the ultimate factor in my head is competing at 113 really going to challenge me? Is that what I want? I want to be challenged. I want to wrestle the best. And Brandon Bickerton sent me a text. He's like, I'm dropping down to 113. Let's put on a show. And I think I finally got that excitement back in me. The excitement I had in the summer when I was at Davis's house. And I was looking up on that board, and I would chasing my dreams of becoming number one. And I don't think that should stop. Even when I became number one, I think I started to slow down. And when Brandon texted me, let's put on a show, I knew it's time to go. And I started training, getting that weight down, doing everything right, and we're on to the sectional tournament. I was feeling really good. I was excited to go out and compete again and put on the singlet. And that tournament went pretty good. I think I got all pins and tech falls in the first period.
Rylan Seacrist.
We decided as a team to go to the Perrysburg district. We've been going to North Canton, Hoover for a while, and we have a lot of smart brains behind the Brecksville wrestling team that most people don't see. A lot of people don't see behind the scenes. And we had a lot of work that got put in, and we ultimately made the decision to go to Perrysburg district. And obviously it's a way harder district. It's harder to get out, but we thought we had the best chance of getting all our guys out there, or the most amount. And we went to Perrysburg, and I think we wrestled amazing.
Everything come back around full circle. Why do lies sound pleasant but the truth hurtful? Everybody gotta cry once in a while, but how long will it take for you smile? This is that come back to life shit. My niggas pick me up and we gon' light the city up as if the sun had the night shift, and paint the town red for my nigga found dead too soon. Yeah. To the left of that decimal, I need 7 figures to play the joint. Turn up your decibels, peep how I decimate a joint. Check out my projects like them workers that section 8 points, and you'll see how I flip like exclamation points. My niggas shoot first as if they never played the point. More 2 guards, enough straps to fill for U-Hauls. More depth than World War II calls around these parts. We put a brown just to drown these thoughts of black corpses in county morgues, Lord. Those images haunting, I ain't been asleep yet, it's 10 in the morning. I'm sending a warning. A problem with me is like the BET Hip Hop Awards. I'm starting to see you niggas don't want it. I'm sick of this flaunting from niggas I know for sure ain't got more dough than cold. Trash rappers, ass backwards, trying to go toe to toe. We laugh at you. Staff strapped up on top the totem pole to blast at you. Bassmasters, look how they total pole. Gotta know the ropes and a protocol, or they gon' for sure blow your clothes half off like a promo code. Made a little tune called Folding Clothes, and a nigga still ain't on the fold. Under pressure, well, you know what cold do. Make a diamond, they just rhyming me, I'm quoting gold. One phone call get you canceled like a homophobe. In this PC culture, dress me as the GOAT like they call Chief Keef Sosa. In my section, no, like a fucking 3-piece sofa. I'm known as the chosen one. Under dead body lay frozen, that's how I go sometime. When niggas weighing coke and not the pros and cons. Well, I ain't with that sleeping on the ground like a gopher, so I go for mine. Everything come back around full circle. Why do lies sound pleasant but the truth hurtful? Everybody gotta cry once in a while, but how long will it take for you smile? This is that come back to life shit. My niggas pick me up and we gon' light the city up as if the sun had the night shift, and paint the town red for my nigga found dead too soon. Now I know why they call it Blue Moon. Survival at all costs. Everyday niggas get logged off, bodies get hauled off. Passing the funeral procession while holding my breath in the car. I thought the times to be feeling the devil be winning, but do that mean God lost? Just got off the phone, my nigga, he back in the kennel, my dog lost. I brought around close to me before, but he became addicted to clout and all the hoes we meet. I slowly peep, jealousy on his breath whenever he spoke to me. Like on the low, he feeling that in my shoes is where he's supposed to be. I try to ignore the signs, but they're in the back of my mind. It felt like letting a nigga come sleep on your couch.
Yeah, knowing the concept behind Wrestling Brandon, that's going to be the deciding factor of who gets separated in the state tournament. If I was going to win, I'm separated from Brandon Alak. Brandon wins, he's separated from me and Alak. So just going in that match, knowing it was a big match, and preparing right. I did everything right leading up to that moment.
My niggas is dominant nickelin', scraping on whatever coin they can find. The pettiest crime they committing it, just to get by for a limited time. The steepest mountain they trying to climb. I'm here trying to find a derivative. You niggas don't feel me, you see the clout, you don't see the real me. If I was sick, you nigga wouldn't heal me. Therefore I'm healing myself. Getting into it with my guys, slowly revealing myself, building my wealth. A nigga touch mine, I'ma kill on myself. Trust me. Everything come back around full circle. Why do lies sound pleasant, but the truth hurtful? Everybody gotta cry once in a while, but how long will it take for you smile? This is that come back to life shit. My niggas pick me up and we gon' light the city up as if the sun had the night shit. And paint the town red for my nigga found dead too soon. Now I know why they call it bloom.
Back outside. I'm back outside. Bitch, I'm back outside.
Everybody mentions suicide prevention, man, they even made a hotline to call it when there's tension, but I got a question, what about a fucking homicide? Need a number for my niggas to call whenever there's a urge to get triggers involved. Need a number for my niggas to call whenever there's a urge to get triggers involved.
Feeling good. I mean, got the job done, so that's all that matters.
And your district champion at 113 pounds from Bricksville, Rylan Seacrist.
The match itself, I thought it was all right. I didn't like the way I wrestled, but I think I just didn't go out and take any risks. No risk, no reward. So he got a stalling call or a flee the mat call, and that's how I won. I felt I was pressuring good and getting my angles. Just I didn't take enough risks to actually go out there and get a shot and a takedown. And so ultimately decided to be a 1-1 match. And yeah, going into the state tournament, just knowing it's my last time competing and just to give it all. I was just telling myself, wrestle free, no one does what you do, you're #1 in the country, you're gonna win. And it's as simple as that. I was just thinking I was the guy, the champion going into it. I think that's how you have to think. Most people thought Locke Weber was gonna win after he beat me in the Brecksville finals. But I think the real people who know how I am and see me every day knew that's not me, and that's not the best version of myself. And the best version of myself is when I'm doing everything right, and that was leading up to state.
I think the big, his preparation has definitely changed. I think if we're looking from freshman year, state finals to senior year state finals, totally different. I think he knows what it takes to, be in the big spotlight and, compete, and I definitely can see a difference between freshman year to senior year.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of emotions last year. It's his last ride, in high school. Hitting his goals. It was
happy, proud.
Yeah, happy,
sad,
proud, sad.
Nervous,
stressed, anxiety. But most all, happy for him.
Oh, yes. I died. All practice, I thought I was like, whew, I'm gonna deal with this all practice. There's hair all on my back in my shirt. It's so tight. Should have showered. I was like, nah, I'm chill. Nope. Warmer.
Is it just really yellow? Yeah.
I want to remember this week just going out there. It's my last year, letting it fly, showing everyone that I'm #1 and just dominating, and that's how I want to be known as, not just the guy who was out there and just won it. I want to be the outstanding wrestler. My mindset has just been sticking to the process, keeping everything the same, and then just going to go out there and prove everyone wrong. Something I'm carrying into this tournament that people don't see is a lot of adversity I had to overcome, whether that was a little bit of weight problems or stuff behind the scenes that people don't know about. Overcoming adversity is something that you have to do to become a state champion. I think that's been there all 4 years, and I think that's what is going to make this one most meaningful. I think my toughest setback was losing in the Brexville finals. I think that one I wasn't feeling the best, and he got 2 late third period takedowns on me, and I don't think that says anything about how good I was as a wrestler. So I think I just needed to go back in the lab and work more on my mental game. When doubt creeps in, I just tell myself I'm the best, I'm number one, and no one's doing the things that I'm doing. So when doubt creeps in, I go back to the lab where all the work was put in, waking up at 5:30 in the morning, going in the sauna, going in the red light, all the hard work in the weight room, extra lifts, extra wrestling practices. So when the doubt creeps into my mind, that's what I start to think about. You have to sacrifice not eating canes ever. Sorry, I had to get that in there. Yeah, we went out my first match, and we got a tech fall. I was feeling pretty good. Get on, get off, get the job done. No reason to just go out there and dance and get a bunch of takedowns when you don't need to. Save yourself and feel as fresh as possible for the finals.
No one's got a
It's just the way I feel. Mine's been racing so long, yeah. It's just no way to deal with these problems alone. And I really can't take it no more. I've been fighting temptations, my lord. I'm young and I'm restless, and I really can't help it. I never felt selfish before. I've been living so reckless, I know. Tell me, Lord, can you help me? I said, Lord, can you help me? Now everybody got problems, yeah, but waiting no one way to solve them. I really came up from the bottom, struggling my mama on the last dollar. Hustling, man, I've been putting in these hours. The government been trying to take away what's ours. Really all about the money and the power. I just wanna see my people in power. Tell me how we gon' shape this vision. Complaining all day, but in the same condition. If you wanna make change, it's gon' take commitment. Some people enslaved by their religion. Can't emancipate the fundamental principles. What I see through optics, transform the wisdom. Watch me use my prophets, get them on the listen. I've been on the
Second match, I was feeling good. We got the pin. We had an upcoming freshman. Not a lot of people knew who he was. I honestly didn't even know who he was before the state tournament. But you can't look past those guys. Those are some of the guys that come out of nowhere and they beat you. They don't have the hardest schedule all year, and they're feeling fresh at the end of the year. So I knew just going out there, getting to my attacks and feeling good.
And I really can't take it no more. I've been fighting temptations, my lord. I'm young and I'm restless, and I really can't help it. I never felt selfish before. I've been living so reckless, I know. Tell me, Lord, can you help me? I said, Lord, can you help me? Now everybody got fights, yeah, but wouldn't know what good advice was. Till they leave him lifeless. Another mama crime, it's another crisis. Lord knows we just trying to live righteous. Are you willing just to make the sacrifices? I know we can't continue living like this, and I never sell my soul cause that's priceless. Tell me how we gon' make a living. Hustle on the block, who gon' save the children? Man, it's all a plot and I'm just revealing. The media just trying to make a villain. I just take the pain and paint a picture. Voices in my head, I hear the whispers. When I feel this way, inhale the switch.
I think just my experience being at the state tournament and being in that moment before, I think he folded a little bit under pressure, and I started to get more and more takedowns, and I ended up getting the tech fall. We made it to the finals, and Brandon beat Locke. I wanted that get back match against Locke, I really did, but it didn't matter. Brandon won the match, so that's who was in front of me. And everyone knows I've wrestled him a lot. I've wrestled him probably a couple of times when we were a youth in middle school, and I've wrestled him a couple of times in high school already. And it's hard to beat the same guy over and over and over, especially when they're at a high level and they're doing all the right things too.
but she believe in shoes and cars. Wood floors in the new apartment, couture from the store's departments. You more like love to start. I'm more of the trips to Florida, order the hors d'oeuvres, views of the water, straight from a page of your favorite author. And the weather's so breezy, man, why can't life always be this easy? She in the mirror dancing so sleazy. I get a call like, where are you, Yeezy? And try to hit you with the old wafty, till I got flashed by the paparazzi. These got me, I hate these more than a Nazi.
I know you love to show off, but I never thought that you would take it this far. What do I know? Flashing lights. What do I know? Flashing lights.
I know it's been a while, sweetheart. We hardly talk. I was doing my thing. I know it was foul, baby, hey, babe, lately you been all on my brain. And if somebody would've told me a month ago, front and oh, yo, I wouldn't wanna know. If somebody would've told me a year ago, it'd go get this difficult. Feeling like Katrina with no FEMA, like Martin with no Gina, like a flight with no visa, first class with the seat back, I still see ya. In my past, you on the other side of the glass of my memories museum. I'm just saying, hey Mona Lisa, come home. You know you can't roam without Caesar.
I know you love to show off,
Won't be surpassed. 113.
Rylan Seacrist, the best, and underhanded athlete.
That's true. Great! Right overseas. Great, big Rolls Royce truck quality from Monte Carlo winner. 3 Cadillacs, chill.
Oh my gosh. He's wearing the medal in. I want to make that clear.
I'm not wearing this shit.
He's wearing the medal in.
Would I be able to do 25 fingers? Could I do like a couple fries? More?
Big thing of cane sauce.
Wait, that's cane sauce?
Yeah.
How did you get that?
I asked for a big thing of it.
When your friend asked me cane sauce.
He didn't know what he was calling.
Cane sauce. Number one is number 2 steak.
I want
These guys go right into the
other coaches like
Just go ahead and start drinking the cane sauce.
What are you doing?